Hello there guys, it's Pilot Tales here, and today's review, well not today's, but this review will be on the Kingdom Hearts 2 Play Arts Volume 1, Number 1, Sora. It's actually quite a rare figure. I think it's been discontinued in production for more than 4 years, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is basically this game where Sora, he's the main character, he travels across the worlds, and it's basically a mesh between Square Enix's RPG genius and Final Fantasy and Disney's worlds and wonderful characters, and the two mesh together pretty well, and I think Sora is an excellent combo between these two, thus making one of my favorite video game characters. So we're going to look at his sculpt, articulation, pros and cons, and warnings, because I don't have the packaging because I had to throw it out for reasons, but let's get into this review. So moving into sculpt, I'm going to summarize why this is a pretty well done figure in terms of sculpt. Lots of the parts are rubber. For example, this coat here moves, the hair is a little rubbery, these shorts are rubbery, and it makes a lot of things able to withstand like falls and stuff so they won't break into pieces. But I'll get to that later. Here's Sora's face with his expression, light bright blue eyes, his slight smile, I'd call it maybe a slight little smirk, kind of fits his personality. His hair's really detailed with lots of grooves and strands, and they got it all through the back as well. I mean, this face sculpt looks a lot like Sora. The hair could be a little spikier though. Here we've got the necklace, the hood, the little overcoat he has. I hate to call it overcoat, but he has a blue shirt and, you know, the red stuff on the bottom, the white straps, the necklace, which is actually made of metal, and the sleeves, grays and whites and blacks. That's a lot of what Sora is really in this outfit from Kingdom Hearts 2, which I personally like a lot more than the first Kingdom Hearts. The Kingdom Key, his glove is also done, chain for the Kingdom Key, the white straps, the red and blue little pocket bag things, his straps all across his shorts also continue on to the back. There's a white stripe along his baggy pants, which are his main trademark, and at the end we have the shoes, which are appropriately huge, nicely detailed, and they have yellows and blues, and blacks and buckles and zippers all done. So really, this is a well detailed figure. So in terms of articulation, this is what you get with Sora. Sorry about the birds keeping noise, they're my pets. The head moves up and down, side to side on a ball joint. The shoulders up, down, all around like a ball joint, and they also move in to give Sora capability of posing where he can, move his arm out in front of his body. So that, I think, is a plus. His elbows also bend. His wrist also spins and turns and it's on a slight ball joint. And the fingers open and close, but I can't show you it on that hand. I'll show you later. The entire waist is on a ball joint, and it also goes 360. The legs, although they have straps along them, can go up about that far, and can go back maybe that far. Let me show you again. From the side, that's a decent range. And they can also go out a little more than that, like that. Finally, the knees don't go much. They probably go about 45 degrees each, possibly 90, unless, I don't know, one knee goes more than the other, so. And then the ankle joint makes up for the knee in that it's an entire ball joint on the ankle. And finally, there's a little side-to-side joint on the foot and a toe joint that goes 90. Pretty decent articulation if you ask me. Now for pros and cons, starting with pros. With the pros, you get a pretty more than decent sculpt of Sora from Square Enix themselves. And basically the director who actually created these characters watched over the design of the figures to make sure that they matched up with the character design. So I do thank Tetsuya Nomura for that. And you know, they gave us the Keyblade, which is Sora's sole accessory, which I forgot to go over. But it's detailed. I mean, I'll get to that in a second. And it has chains and stuff. It's good. And really, Sora has no real stability issues. Although, you may want a stand for some mid-air poses. You can get your own stand. I mean, it doesn't come with one. But I do have a spare play art stand from another one of my figures, which I'll probably review later. And really, Sora is a really decent figure to me. He's one of my favorite characters, especially in this outfit. And I've been looking for a while to get a decent normal form Sora that was at a decent price. I mean, I got this for $16.99 plus shipping, which is really cheap for something that's authentic, considering all the bootlegs that are going around. Finally, there's also a peg in his hand. I don't know if you can see that. I'm pointing to it. And it allows him to hold his second Keyblade. In terms of cons, yes, no stand can be considered a con. The chain around his neck and the chain attached to his Keyblade both have chances of breaking. Both of mine broke, and I had to repair them by tightening the chains back together and reattaching them to the Keyblade, and also fixing the broken neck chain and putting it back around his neck. And really, his leg articulation could be considered a con, but his foot articulation more than makes up for it. And really, that's the end of my review. So here's the Kingdom Key. Very nicely detailed, has the sheen of metal, although it's hard plastic, and it's replicated very well with the golden handle as well, and the rest of the thing. The hole for the peg on his right hand. And this is a removable keychain with the Mickley necklace on it. Not the necklace, the keychain. So, yeah, that's a close-up of the Kingdom Key. It also has those grooves in the handle. Nice detail.